So let's start by learning how not to play CAW against JESKAI. So let's look at this hand. We have To the Modern Age, that's great for card selection, but nothing to pitch in his hand, and Counterspell, that's interaction. So our plan should just be playing lands and wait for the first 2-3 draws until we can find something to pitch to the Modern Age. Sadly, I won't play this match well, so you will see how not to play CAW. So I will deploy the Modern Age on turn 2, while if I waited, I could have gone with Squadron Ox, and I had to discard Squadron Ox to the Modern Age. So I made Brainstorms much weaker, and that draws. So here I draw the first Squadron Oak and here the second. So you can see I wouldn't have discarded the second Squadron Oak, and Brainstorm would have been a good draw. Here I with the hand I was dealt, I had to be much more patient, just make land drops, and here you can see I have 2 Brainstorm in hand, 2 dead cards against him, 5 cards in hand, and so the game it's finished. You can see I am able to put pressure since apparently he doesn't have any removal yet. And maybe if I played this game correctly by holding the Modern Age and waiting for something to pitch and casting Squadron Oaks rather than drawing it with the Modern Age, maybe I could win this game. Maybe I could. You can see how counterintuitive is CAW, since the winning lines would have probably be not to cast spell, so to waste mana. But that would have been the most appropriate choice, in my opinion. So here the game is lost. While we wait for the next game, let's discuss sideboarding. Against JESKAI, I bring the Dust to Dust, not because of, I hope, to destroy the bridges, since they can easily play around it, but it's an upside and it deals with Kenku, so I bring all of them in. I also bring all the red Elemental Blast and all the blue Elemental Blast together with Relic of Progenitus. My cuts usually are Prismatic Strands and Sacred Cat, since Art Life doesn't really matter, since they have very slow clock, and the Modern Age, since I take out the card I want to discard, I take 2 of them out, and Journey to Nowhere, since a Cleric that destroys Journey and bring back Muldrifter, or something I don't really wanted to do was cast Brainstorm to find lands, but we might need to. Here I might maybe I should have bottomed Squadron Oak, but yeah, I was too greedy. I was definitely too greedy, but the exchange of resources is good, but I should have looked for an extra land, because here we are missing land drops, and hard. It was hard. I made the wrong choice though. I immediately took care of Muldrifter so they don't have Ephemerate in hand and to draw more, but then I felt like I could win the game because of this Dust to Dust. Maybe if they stumble on lands a bit, I can pull it, but then they go tap land into Wildfire, fix the mana, I was tap out. There is not much I can do anymore in this game. I'm countering every spell I see, so maybe they stumble a bit and I can find a Guardian to resolve and attack, but I have no such luck. Guardian is the absolute MVP in the matchup, and it wins by itself. So after this stack, but I had already lost before, So after this, let's move to the next game, and the game is lost. Here, I think I played well against JESKAI, and I don't remember them having too of a bad luck. I think I just played well. Here, it's how you should play Kugate, I think. At least if I play like this always, I usually win. I feel like here I have the Modern Age and something to pick, to discard, Sacred Cat for value. I can go Seagate next turn to have turn 4 Basilisk Gate with Guardian of the Guild pack, and usually if you manage to do that, the game is over. Here I can also go turn 3 Squadron Oak to find 3 more, go up to 7 card. That's the dream curve. Turn 2 Modern Age, discard Sacred Cat, turn 3 Squadron Oak. So maybe looking back, I have to admit I was a bit lucky in this game because I have absolutely dream cards. But he knows if I go Guardian of the Guild pack, he loses, so he respect holding up counterspell probably. I found a counterspell to hold back to his to protect my Guardian and try to resolve it. I go Island because I don't want to reveal the second Basilisk yet. If I can wait to do that, because second Basilisk means a 2-turn clock, and but it's decent to have one Basilisk Gate in play, because I can try to bait his Wildfire even if he doesn't fall for it. But going Wildfire here for him means tapping out of blue mana, so I could play Guardian and actually have it resolved rather than protecting it with Counterspell. And as you can see, my gameplay with my Kogate list usually has 2 Guardian of the Guild Pact, is all around resolving it, trying to bait their Counterspell. But here next turn he needs land probably, so he needs to go Muldrifter to find the land and taps out, so I can resolve my Guardian of the Guild Pact and hold back to Counterspell, so here the game is over. I will attack and then resolve it. So in this game he respected my threat, that was Guardian of the Guild Pact, but to do that he didn't develop his mana, and he ended up tapping out actually the turn I could cast Guardian, and that's how the game went. So as said before, this hand is the only thing is we need the blue, so we have to go Citadel Gate and Cold Blue, so that Red Elemental Blast is dead until we can find another gate, but probably in the other gate we will have to call blue for counterspell, so let's hope it is a Sea Gate. Sea Gate is the best gate where to call the third color you have in your Kogate deck, since it allows you to play your third color. Here I actually have an interesting choice, going Squadron Oak, but since I have already 2 Squadron Oak in my hand, I decide to go Brainstorm and shuffle back Squadron Oaks. Opponent can't really counter an end of turn Brainstorm, since it is usually a really weak play, and so we got it resolved and actually shuffled back Squadron Oak that we draw, and that was I think really great. That was an interesting play, I think. Here I will cast Preordain to find land, and I go bottom because I really need the land, rather than keeping the Squadron Hawk like I did in the first match we saw against the other player where I lost 2-0. This is the correct play. When you really need a card, like a land, you really need it, you just have to bottom everything else. I won't think about casting my Hawks before drawing a Brainstorm, and here the plan is attacking and then resolving Dust to Dust, since it's protected by Spell Pierce, and that can set our opponent really back. And then here we just need to pump Hawk and attack, and if he bolts it, we need to pump Hawk again and attack, and eventually, since we have much more creature than him, we will overcome him. Next turn we are already lethal with pumping.